The more you tolerate, the more people take advantage of you. The day you stop caring is the day you start winning. Sigma males don't wake up one morning and decide to become cold-hearted. It happens slowly, almost imperceptibly, like a door quietly closing after too many betrayals, disappointments, and lessons learned the hard way. They start off open, observant, and willing to give people the benefit of the doubt. But the more they see how easily people lie, how often kindness is mistaken for weakness, and how loyalty is a dying virtue, the more they withdraw not out of bitterness, but out of necessity. 1. Repeated betrayal becomes a lesson, not a wound. Most people feel betrayal like a stab to the heart, painful, shocking, and deeply personal. Sigma males, however, feel it like data being uploaded into their system. Every time someone deceives them, lets them down, or proves unreliable, it doesn't just hurt, it teaches. They don't drown in self-pity or waste time asking why someone did them wrong. Instead, they step back, analyze, and take notes. They see patterns where others see coincidences. The friend who suddenly disappears when they're needed, the partner who says one thing but does another, the colleague who smiles to their face but sabotages them behind their back. These aren't isolated incidents. They are lessons, and Sigma males don't fail the same test twice. 2. They stop expecting people to operate on their level. Sigma males don't start out cold. They don't walk into life assuming they're different or expecting to stand alone. In the beginning, they try, they engage, they connect, they even give people the benefit of the doubt. But over time, reality hits them. Most people don't think like they do. They see patterns where others see randomness. They dissect situations with logic while others react emotionally. They crave depth, yet they're surrounded by people content with surface-level interactions. And at some point, they get tired of trying to bridge that gap. 3. They develop a ruthless efficiency that leaves no room for sentiment. Sigma males don't set out to become emotionally detached. It just happens. The world constantly forces them to choose between effectiveness and sentiment, and over time, they start picking efficiency every time. They learn that emotions, especially the softer ones, can be like hostilities. Sentimentality makes people hesitate. It keeps them stuck in places they've outgrown, tied to people who drain them, and tangled in decisions that should have been made long ago. And Sigma males, they refuse to live that way. 4. They recognize that vulnerability is a currency most people devalue. Sigma males don't start off as cold, they start off as open. They believe, like most people, that honesty and vulnerability build deeper connections, that sharing their struggles, fears, and insecurities will be met with understanding, maybe even loyalty. But life has a brutal way of proving otherwise. At first, they don't see it. They think they're just being unlucky, trusting the wrong people, confiding in the wrong ears. But after a while, the pattern becomes undeniable. They notice how some people use their openness as ammunition, twisting their words to their advantage. How others act indifferent, as if their struggles don't matter. How their pain, when shared, is often met with either betrayal or indifference. 5. They get tired of being the strong one. Being strong isn't a choice for Sigma males, it's an expectation. People see their independence, their ability to handle chaos, and their uncheckable presence, and they assume he doesn't need help. So they lean on him, they bring him their problems, their fears, their failures, knowing he won't crumble under the weight. And for a while, he carries it all without question. But then one day, reality hits. He realizes that while he's been a rock for everyone else, no one has been a rock for him. When he stumbles, there's no hand reaching out. When life gets heavy, there's no one offering to share the load. People appreciate his strength, but they don't reciprocate it. 6. They witness how easily people lie, even over trivial things. Sigma males don't just hear words, they analyze them. They pay attention to what's said, what's not said, and how actions either confirm or contradict those words. And after years of observation, one truth becomes impossible to ignore: most people lie. Not just about big things, but about the smallest, most unnecessary details. At first, they brush it off: a little white lie here, an exaggerated story there. It seems harmless, but as they keep watching, the pattern becomes painfully clear. Someone says, "Let's catch up soon," but never follows through. Another person claims to always be honest, yet twists the truth when it benefits them. They see people give fake smiles, pretend to care, flatter when they don't mean it, and make promises they never intended to keep. And the worst part, most of these lies serve no real purpose other than convenience. 7. They realize that people respect power, not kindness. Sigma males don't start off cold. In fact, many of them begin their journey with a strong sense of fairness, integrity, and even kindness. They believe in treating people well, being understanding, and leading with decency. But then reality hits, and it hits hard. They start noticing something unsettling. Kindness is often mistaken for weakness. Being patient with people only invites them to take advantage. Offering help makes them a target for endless requests. Showing empathy just means others assume they can dump their emotional baggage on them without ever reciprocating. 8. They learn that being misunderstood is inevitable and stop explaining themselves. Sigma males don't just wake up one day and decide to stop explaining themselves. It's a slow, painful realization that no matter how clearly they speak, most people will never truly get them. At first, they try. They assume that if they articulate their thoughts well enough, people will understand their way of thinking. But time and time again, they're met with blank stares, judgment, or shallow responses that miss the point entirely. It's not that they expect everyone to agree with them, but they at least expect some effort to listen. Instead, they find that most people don't care to understand, only to react. 9. They see time as too precious for emotional clutter. For Sigma males, time isn't just something to pass, it's their most valuable resource. And once they fully grasp this, their entire outlook on relationships and emotion shifts. They don't just wake up one day and decide to become emotionally detached. It happens gradually, shaped by repeated disappointments, wasted energy, and moments where they realize they've invested in people who weren't worth it. They start seeing how much time they've lost on pointless arguments, fake friendships, and emotional roller coasters that led nowhere. That's when it clicks. Every hour spent on unnecessary emotional drama is an hour stolen from their goals, their growth, and their true purpose. 10. They internalize that survival demands self-preservation over connection. Sigma males don't start out emotionally distant. Like anyone else, they crave connection, trust, and meaningful bonds. But life has a way of teaching brutal lessons, and one of the hardest is this: if you prioritize others at the cost of yourself, you will be left drained, used, and discarded. They learn this the hard way. They give their loyalty freely, only to see it abused. They offer their time and energy, only to watch it go unappreciated. They invest in relationships, friendships, and even family bonds, only to realize that most people take more than they give. 11. They get tired of investing in people who can't match their depth. Sigma males don't crave attention, but they do crave depth. They aren't interested in pointless small talk, fake friendships, or relationships built on convenience. They seek real conversations, real connections, something with substance. But here's the problem: most people don't operate on that level. At first, they try. They invest time, effort, and emotional energy into relationships, hoping for something meaningful. They listen deeply, offer valuable insights, and show genuine care. But over time, they start noticing a pattern. Most people don't reciprocate. They skim the surface, avoid uncomfortable truths, and prefer distractions over depth. They talk in circles but never really say anything. And worst of all, they take without giving. Conclusion: the price of strength and why it's worth it. Becoming cold-hearted isn't a choice for Sigma males. It's a consequence. A consequence of seeing too much, understanding too deeply, and realizing that the world doesn't operate on fairness, but on power, awareness, and self-preservation. But here's the truth. What others see as coldness is actually control. What they mistake for emotional detachment is simply a refusal to be manipulated. Sigma males don't shut down because they've lost their humanity. They shut down because they've learned that not everyone deserves access to it. And that's not a weakness, that's wisdom. Do you resonate with the ideas I shared in this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more content about Sigma males, explore the other videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.